As expected, all the people are coming out of the woodwork. GGG is overrated. I'm hearing it, I'm seeing it, I'm reading it. I've got my Apple Mac here open right now and there's still tweets coming through. Oh, Ade, I told you GGG was overrated. No, he wasn't. He wasn't overrated. How can he be overrated? Come on, guys. He wasn't overrated at all. He was in a division that unfortunately just wasn't the hottest division at the time. When he came through, Sergio Martinez had just left the division. Paul Williams unfortunately had that accident. Bernard Hopkins had long time already gone to light heavyweight division. So there wasn't much around. I mean, you look at the people that had belts. I mean, Barker had a belt. Sturm. Gill had belts. I mean, we're not talking about the elite of middleweight history. For what was there, in terms of what he could fight, he smashed. He ran through what he could run through. And I still believe that if GGG was the GGG of Matthew Macklin, David Lemieux, that GGG would have run through Canelo, and he would run through every single middleweight fighting right now. And he would still run through the guys at 168. That's how feared he was, that's how good he was. Even back then I could see that his foot movement was a bit slow. You could see it, right? But he was able to cut off the ring very well. That was down to his amateur experience, obviously a crazy amateur record. But as he got a lot older, he just aged very quickly. They say that father time catches up with you quickly, and father time caught up with GGG very quick. And I wonder if it's father time, because look, he's 36 or 37. That's not ridiculously old. He hasn't taken a lot of punishment, but I wonder if it's that. How many amateur fights did GGG have? 360 odd amateur fights. That's a lot. And that's where the problem lies, I think, with GGG. And it could happen to Lomachenko. It could happen. It could happen to Rigondeaux. It's probably happened to Rigondeaux. That amount of amateur fights will catch up with you later in your career. And I think it's done it to GGG a lot sooner than probably we expected. He looks a lot slower, doesn't he? He looks a lot older. He looked like an old man in the ring yesterday. But don't be fooled. He's not overrated. His resume, and I've said this before, should have 2 Canelo wins on it. His resume should have a Cotto fight on it. Cotto didn't want the fight. These are not his problems. These are not his problems that what was there just wasn't good enough. Who else could he have fought, people? Please, chuck some names at me. And right now, the problem is the division's actually getting hot right now with the likes of the Charlos and Demetrius Andrade and Derevchenko and Billy Joe Saunders. And it's almost come at the wrong time for him. It's almost come at the wrong time for him. These guys are too young, too fresh, and too hungry. And GGG, unfortunately, now just looking a bit too old. So when it's all said and done, I don't think he's overrated. I just think that he came along at a strange, strange time when the best had gone and the good ones were coming. And in the middle was, and I mean no disrespect to these guys, Barker, Matthew Macklin, Martin Murray, Felix Sturm, who still was pretty good. Those was what was round. That was it. That was it. What can you do? So fingers crossed he continues to fight. I think there are options at 168. I don't think he should stay at 160. Obviously making the weights causing a problem. You see him at the weigh-ins, he does look drained, he does look gaunt. So I think he should go up to 168 and possibly just go straight into a title fight. I think he'll get that. And then, you never know, he could be a 2-weight world champion. But for those people that are easily jumping on the bandwagon and saying, overrated, overrated. Come on, people. Go and watch the performances against the likes of Macklin and Lemieux. And you know, this guy was a great boxer, just unfortunately a great boxer for a wrong boxing time.